Mr. President. Senate Bill 87, I listened to a story this morning on NPR about Medicare. And one of the facts that came out of that story was how 99% of Americans over 65 rely on Medicare. The vast majority of older Americans rely on this program. When you turn 65, you go on Medicare. It doesn't matter if you have state insurance, private insurance. When you turn 65, you become a person who's on Medicare. The difficulty we've had in Alaska for some time now is that the Medicare reimbursement rates in this state are insufficient, particularly in one specific area, one really pressing area, and that's in the area of primary care. If you want to go see a doctor for a routine checkup, for a routine ailment, for a routine problem, doctors don't get compensated very well for that particular type of care under Medicare. It's a long-standing issue. The federal government has been unresponsive on this topic. But last year, when the Affordable Care Act passed, there was inserted in that bill an amendment that allowed states to establish grants to providers of care to older citizens. And that's what this bill does, is it brings to life that amendment in the Affordable Care Act that allows us now to begin to supplement payments to doctors who see older patients. That's the simple idea. You and I both know, Mr. President, that you want to see a doctor before you get seriously sick. It's always cheaper to see a small problem rather than a large one. And let me just give you one example about the financial problems faced by doctors in Anchorage. Right now, a doctor who sees an older patient gets about $60 less from Medicare than you get from private health insurance. $60 less. And doctors are just like anybody else. At some point they begin to vote with their financial feet, and many of them have stopped seeing new Medicare patients. That's the problem in the town that I live in Anchorage. It's a problem in Fairbanks. It's becoming a issue to the point where older Alaskans are having to leave the state to go find doctors that will accept Medicare patients. This is an effort to supplement those payments to doctors who see older patients. It's a modest effort that will, I think, provide for something like 16,000 to 17,000 individual visits next year to take place of elder Alaskans going to see primary care doctors. And that's the basic idea. I want to thank both committees that worked very hard on this bill, and I am more than happy to answer questions you or other members of the body may have.
Thank you, Senator French.